Welcome to a Pokemon Unite showcase on Pikachu. Pikachu is a ranged special attacker that will typically be spending time on the bottom lane. His passive ability is static and will paralyze all enemies nearby him when receiving damage, slowing their movement speed and reducing their attack speed by 10% for 2 seconds. His basic attack becomes boosted every third attack, dealing increased damage and paralyzing enemies for a short time. At level 1, Pikachu can start off with either Thunder Shock or Electro Web. Thunder Shock is a ranged attack that will damage an enemy and anyone around it. Electro Web is a ranged attack that deals a bit of damage and captures one enemy, rooting them for 1.5 seconds. At level 4, you can upgrade Thunder Shock to Electro Ball or choose Thunder instead. Electro Ball is a direct upgrade to Thunder Shock as it works very similarly, but will have a bigger area of effect and will deal 4% bonus damage based on the enemy's missing HP. Thunder is a ranged area of effect move that drops 5 Thunderbolts, dealing more damage than Electro Ball if you manage to hit at least 3 or 4 of them. At level 6, you can upgrade Electro Web to Thunderbolt or choose Volt Tackle instead. Thunderbolt is a direct upgrade to Electro Web as it works similarly. Rather than rooting one target, it'll now damage and stun all enemies for 1.25 seconds at a designated area. Volt Tackle can be initiated from long range and will have Pikachu charge one enemy, dealing damage while stunning them for 1.4 seconds. During the attack, he'll become unstoppable, meaning he'll be immune to stuns, being put to sleep, frozen, or any other form of crowd control, but he'll still be vulnerable to taking damage. After the move is done, Pikachu will always retreat backwards. Even when aimed from close range, you'll create distance. Finally, at level 9, Pikachu learns his Unite move Thunderstorm. When used, Pikachu will briefly become unstoppable and summon bolts of lightning 4 times over 3 seconds in a radius around Pikachu. The first strike targets all enemy players in the radius, and the next 3 strikes target a single random enemy player within the radius. Targets that are struck by bolts deal damage to their allies in a small area around them. During the Thunderstorm, you can also move and use any move you want. At level 9, Pikachu will also gain 12.5% Spell Vamp, meaning he'll restore HP when dealing special attack damage. Early on, Pikachu will be great at harassing the enemies off his lane to gain space and even start fights and score kills with Electro Web. Pikachu has really good early and mid-game damage, with very little bad matchups in the laning phase. Plus, his Unite move having low cooldown means he'll almost always be ready for a team fight as well. But he will start falling off late game as his damage won't be as good anymore and will always be easy to kill, so staying at a distance will be very important. Thunder Shock will be especially good at last hitting because it comes out instantly. This is great as universally last hitting will grant you all the points from that Pokemon, give you full XP so enemies get none and allies get a splash of it, and it lessens the cooldown on your Unite move. In fact, getting a last hit with anything will also heal you for a bit. You'll either combine Electro Ball and Volt Tackle for a bit more focus on single target damage, lane control, and better survival. The reason Volt Tackle helps with your survival is because once an assassin jumps you, you can stun them and create distance. Or you'll combine Thunder with Thunderbolt for a bit more focus on long-range teamfight initiation and AoE damage, especially since Thunderbolt stuns your enemies from a distance, allowing your team to start a fight while Thunder deals damage. For items, because Pikachu is a special attacker, meaning his main damage comes from abilities, he'll typically want to focus on cooldown reduction. So items like Energy Amplifier and Shell Bell. Choice specs can be good if you want some more spell damage, and items like Focus Band or Buddy Barrier are good defensive options. Which item build you go for is very much up to your preference and what you're typically up against. For battle items, you'll want to have the eject button as Pikachu will benefit from some form of mobility. For emblems, you'll want to focus on maxing out black, which is cooldown reduction, and green, which is special attack. Having some points in defense, special defense, and HP can be good too. Keep in mind that this is just a basic showcase, as with the nature of MOBAs, patches will be rebalancing and changing a few things on abilities, moves, items, or even the stage. You can also check out the website unitedb.com or the MathCore Discord for the current best builds on each Pokemon in Unite as the meta develops. There is even an emblem builder on unitedb.com. Thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed these videos and find them helpful, then please consider helping me out on Patreon.